Hey y'all, it's Katie. Welcome back to From My Vanity and welcome to another Will I Buy It new releases video. I feel like I just did one recently, but I have been saving a lot of new releases or just new to me makeup brands or makeup products that are coming out that it's adding up, and I was like, you know what? I just want to sit down and talk about some new makeup with you guys, so I hope you guys are okay with that. Leigh is awake right now. He is in my lap right here playing with a toy. He's going on sleep strikes again. I don't know what the deal is. I might put him down halfway through this. He might hang out with us the whole time, so who knows. But if you hear any noises, he's right here in my lap, so that's what that is. But yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I have a lot of, like I said, I have a lot that I'm wanting to talk about. A lot has been catching my eye, and I just want to talk about it with you guys. Let me know if you guys are still interested in Will I Buy It videos. Do you still enjoy them, even though we're not, buying as much and there's not as much coming out? I do enjoy doing it from time to time, so I'd love to hear if you guys are still interested in it. But with that intro, let's just jump right into it. Okay, so I'm going to be taking this idea from Drea CN. When she did her last, I think it was her last Will I Buy It video, she actually just screen recorded her phone as she was talking about things and then just put it up on the screen here. And I thought that was a great idea because the only drawback to, these type of Will I Buy It videos for me personally is it's a little time consuming to edit because I have to go find all the products and put them in the screen and stuff like that and save them on my computer. It just can be a little bit much for me, and I can't get the turnaround on the video as fast as I wanted to because I feel like for Will I Buy It videos, you gotta have to put them up quick because then new things come out and people are like, did you see this? So anyway, I'm gonna do that today too because I thought that was a great idea, and I tried it for my YouTuber shout out video I just did, which I can leave linked up here, but I did it for that and it was so much easier. So I'm going to click record and let's see how we do. Hopefully I don't mess up too much because then that'll be weird to try to edit both of them. But anyway, the first one I'm going to click on is this GlamLite Taco Palette. This is not a new release, but I just found this YouTuber. Her name is, I think of Makeup with Michelle. I'll leave her link down below to her YouTube channel, but I just stumbled across her. I was doing one of those, days where there wasn't much new in my subscription feed, so I was kind of clicking through the videos, finding all these new channels, and I stumbled across her channel, and her most recent video was using this taco palette. And watching her swatch this palette and then her eye look with this palette made me want it. And no joke, when this first launched, I was like, I don't want it. And it was just like an easy pass. Like I didn't even really look at it. But when I saw her video, I was like, well, wait a minute. That green is really pretty. That red, that orange, stunning. And then the shimmers too look so beautiful on her. Like I feel like when I remember back to my burger palette from GlamLite, I wasn't crazy about the shimmers, but they look so pretty on her. So I'm kind of tempted now. Like I totally had this written off in my head. I wasn't even interested in it at all, but seeing her video, I kind of want it now. Let me know if you guys have gotten this. Is it worth it? Or have you seen anyone else, sharing it on their channels? I don't know. I was just like, wait, what? That's pretty though. Those swatches, I'm looking at Dupe That swatches, but GlamLite shared it. I'm kind of tempted. I was just going to touch on this real quick because I couldn't believe it. Like, I wasn't even interested in this palette at all until I saw her video, and I'm like, wait a minute, but that's super pretty. And I'm super tempted. And I feel like it gives me something different than what the burger palette, or maybe my memory is just bad. But I can definitely tell you that I'm now giving it the side eye and giving it a second look and going, wait a minute. Do I want you? Okay, next up is the, let's see, Lawless. They're coming out with a face powder. I just wanted to put this here because I want to try Lawless. I feel like ever since the brand launched, I've been intrigued with them, but for some reason I've never made a purchase from them. They came out with an eyeshadow palette, or maybe a couple of them, but all of them have been really boring. For me personally, I'm not interested in them at all. They came out with a setting powder, like a loose setting powder, which kind of intrigued me, but they're more pricey, so I'm a little slower to spend money on pricier things when it's something like a translucent setting powder. I don't know. But I don't know. This brand really intrigues me. But they have yet to launch anything that I'm like, oh yes, I want to try that. I almost bought their foundation when it came out, but I ended up not. And now, now that it's kind of old news, I haven't bought it because of that. But I'm really, really intrigued. Oh, sorry, I forgot I'm screen recording. Oh, this is going to be bad. I should put you back on what is interesting. Anyway, I'm really intrigued. I don't think I'll get this priming serum. I haven't had good experience with priming serums. I don't know. I feel like they're just water on your face. I mean, they do something. They're not water, but I haven't seen a big enough difference. I'd rather just, you know, focus on my skincare than get a priming serum. But I don't know, seeing this, Hot Fire Makeup just shared it. Seeing this made me intrigued and just reminded me about the brand and saying like, oh yeah, Katie, you wanted to try that. We'll have to see how this goes in editing because, you know, I'm having to pause and take care of him amid this. Anyway, LunarSkies Cosmetics is coming out with a new nude palette. This is the Nude Moon palette, but they also have, yeah, another one, Peach Moon. The peach one, of course, catches my eyes. The nude palette honestly doesn't catch my eye at all, but I figured I'd, you know, pin it and share it with you guys here. There's that one, but this one, Peach Moon, that's actually really pretty. I like the yellows and the oranges in there. It does have one glitter, which isn't bad, I suppose, but it has two shimmers. That's nice. The only thing that keeps me, I think, from trying to, or, you know, gonna try this palette is that those three mattes there on the bottom, I mean, I guess the one on the, what is that called? Pie? It's different, but I don't know. They all kind of mush together and look the same, especially considering the other two mattes in the palette. They're very just similar. I feel like there wouldn't be a whole lot of depth and dimension when it came to like the mattes in this palette and like the looks you could create with it. But it is pretty, and I have been intrigued to try LunarSkies Cosmetics, so that's why I figured I would mention it in this video. Norvina is launching a fourth palette. There's swatches of it. There's the palette itself. It's pretty. It's got some pinks and, you know, deep mauve-y tones. It's got some purple. It's got some pops of colors in there that I think are pretty, but I don't know, I just feel like it's very repetitive. This one from Makeup Hunters News, she put all of them kind of side by side so you could see, and I don't know, it's just such, they're just so big. I feel like there's not enough harmony when it comes to those palettes, enough for me to want to buy it. I feel like it's huge, and it's more of, maybe this is just her intent, it's more of like a pro palette, someone who's, you know, doing this for a living. I feel like it needs all the colors to kind of mix and match and create looks, but for me, when I see these palettes, there are aspects of each of these palettes that I think is pretty, that I would be interested in, but I don't want the whole palette. So yeah, that's why I'm just like, when these came out, like, I think my favorite is probably the butterfly one. I don't know, see, but then whenever I try to pick a favorite, I'm like, well, I like this about that palette, I like that about this palette. I don't like one palette completely. Are you okay? Okay, so I stopped recording because I had to set it down and hook him up. He's tired, but he's hungry. He doesn't want to sleep. He's just a mess today. Anyway, moving on. That's my biggest problem with these palettes is that there's just so many shadows. It's so jumbled. I feel like there's not one palette that I could be like, yeah, that'd be worth $60 because I'd like the majority of it. I feel like I just like bits and pieces of each of them. So they're just too much. I just wish they were more condensed. So anyway, I figured I would share that though because that was a new little sneak peek that they threw out there. I was scrolling down. Let's see. They also shared this brand, which is new to me. What's it called? Oh, shoot. This is going well. Drea, mine doesn't go as smoothly as yours. Anyway, Miss Lipstick Glam No. Is that the brand? Okay, this is the brand. Homegirls Beauty Shop, I think is the brand name. But I just saw this kind of collage of everything that we're launching, and that palette is really pretty. I like the colors in it, and honestly, if I hadn't just bought my Slush palette, I might have seriously considered this palette because it has that green, that yellow, that blue, that red, and even the purple in there. It has a lot of what reminds me of the Slush palette, just more of a condensed, and I would say like more heavily focused on the purple and pink side of things, but still has the blue and the yellow. Anyway, it just kind of reminds me of that, but since I already have that, I don't need this. How much is it? Did it say? This is a collage of a bunch of them. Okay, I don't see it. Anyway, then that's the LunarSkies. Oh yeah, Nomad. I wasn't even going to talk about this, but let's go ahead and talk about it since it's here. This is the Nomad Cosmetics, their new launch. I forget what the theme is. There it is. I like when they link the brand so I can just click over to get the details. What was this even called? Anyway, it was this collection here. It was focused on like glitter multi-chromes and even highlighters too, and I've seen a couple videos. They seem very pretty. Nothing I would get though, just because I like palettes, I like themes. I'm not someone who's going to reach for a little quad of a bunch of specifically like multi-chromes. The highlighters were a little intriguing, but I don't know, not enough for me to try the brand. I think it's really innovative and different. I like that they launched this because I feel like a lot of brands are just focusing on color and whatnot, or single duochromes, and I like that they decided to take a theme of, you know, giving duochromes, did I say multi-chromes? But I like that they decided to take the theme of it and make a collection out of it with both eyeshadows and highlighters, and yeah, they seem really pretty. Everyone I've watched their videos of, the looks are stunning, the shadows are stunning, the highlighters are pretty, but for me personally, I think it's just pretty. I will admire from a distance. Moving on, I wanted to touch really quickly, Makeup Revolution, or all the Revolution, Makeup Revolution, iHeart Revolution, whatever their names are. They're coming out with a bunch of products. These look like the highlighters that Smashbox launched a couple years ago. Then they have this palette. This kind of reminds me of like Charlotte Tilbury right there. I don't know, they're just doing a lot more. The thing is, like, I guess I don't have a huge problem with Makeup Revolution copying brands, but the bad part for me personally, or the deterrent for me, is that I look at these products and I'm like, oh, you know, this is nothing new. Like, I don't want to get that. They don't even, like, come up with their own packaging or, you know, or a collection or anything. So all of these products I was looking through, I was just like, yeah, I'm good. Nothing intrigues me, but when I came to this picture, I was like, oh yeah, that's Charlotte Tilbury. And then where was that other picture? Then these, I was like, oh, that's Smashbox. Like, what are y'all doing? But anyway. Oh, Give Me Glow is coming out with, what are they calling these? Vivid lip paints. I'm super intrigued. Now, you guys know I like my liquid lipsticks. When it comes to something that, you know, isn't non-transferring, I do really like these type of like liquid glosses that are very thick, because I find that they stay really nicely and really well, as opposed to a traditional lipstick like you just saw get all over my teeth. I feel like these, once you put them on and blot them off, they stay pretty darn well. They can, depending on how sticky they are, get like hair stuck in it and whatnot, but overall, I like how opaque they are, and then they give a shiny finish, and for the most part, they stay where you want them to. So this is something I'm definitely looking at. I don't plan to like purchase these when they launch, but if something else launches from Give Me Glow that I'm gonna buy and these are available, I'll throw like probably like one in my cart to try out, because I like how pigmented they look and how smooth they look, and that's kind of like what I like when it comes to a lipstick, or like a creamy shiny finish lipstick. So I was excited to see that, and that color specifically is really pretty. Oh yeah, I wanted to also touch on Colored Raine is coming, re-releasing their Safari Rain palette, which I do have. I bought it last year, or shortly before it was kind of, you know, sold out and you couldn't really find it anymore. This palette is so pretty. I had so much fun with this. I absolutely love this palette. It was named as a favorite from last year. And I took a poll on my Instagram, so let me know here for YouTube if you guys would like to see a 3 looks 1 palette. This is supposed to come out, when did they say? June? It all depends on with what's going on, when they'll be able to launch it. I think they were wanting to do it this month, but it's getting pushed out a little bit. So hopefully in June, but I was thinking I could bring this back and create 3 looks 1 palette, because when I did try this palette, I wasn't really on YouTube full time, so I don't think I have any looks, like even videos with me wearing this palette on my YouTube at all. So I wouldn't mind creating 3 more looks with it and sharing with you guys here. So let me know if you'd like to see that, and I'll definitely do that. I think I'm going to pull it out and, you know, create a couple looks, but let me know. I'd love to see if it'd be worth the effort to put together a 3 looks 1 palette, or is it kind of no point in it, because it's, you know, once it comes back this one last time in June-ish or whenever it comes back, it's not coming back again, that they say. So, which is an unfortunate affair. Like, I feel like this is such a solid palette. It's my favorite. I mean, I've only tried one other. I love this more than the Queen of Hearts palette by far, and I think it's a shame that they're, you know, getting rid of it for good, but they are. But anyway, it is coming back. If you saw that and regretted not getting it, it is coming back one last time. Let's see. Lacquer is coming out with 6 new nudes. I'm not going to get it because I do press-ons, or I don't do anything at all. I'm just not very good at using actual nail polish paint, and the main reason is because I hate to take the time to take them off, and once they start chipping, I pick at them and then they look terrible when you pick at them, so I just prefer to do a press-on nail, because when I'm done with it, it just pops off and the whole thing's gone, and I don't have to worry about that really chipped look. But anyway, I thought I would feature them. I think it's really awesome. They're pretty colors. Like, I would totally get Emma. I think Emma's beautiful, but I just know I'm not going to paint my nails. So moving on, Beauty Bakerie is coming out with some new things, and they are releasing this little set. I figured I would show it because it's adorable. Like, look at that. It's a little baker set. That's absolutely adorable. It's kind of like a gimmick cute, because I feel like it would be a pain to store. Like, can you imagine putting these in your, you know, in your little cup holder, and like a brush gets tangled up with the whisk, and you go to like pull out the brush that has the whisk on it, and then like all your brushes just kind of go. I feel like that could go south really quickly, but it's a cute idea. I think it would make a cute gift, but for me personally, I wouldn't want it. But I am glad to see that Beauty Bakerie is releasing something, because I feel like they've been really, really quiet. And I've been a little worried about them, but yeah, we'll see what happens with them this next couple months. But like I said, I'm glad to see that they're releasing something, coming out with something. But this EyesCream paint job bakeware set, it'd make a cute gift. Oh yeah, I also want to touch on Wayne Goss. He's coming out with some nude liquid lipsticks, and lip liners, I think. Let's see. 10 luxury lipsticks, 5 high shine glosses, and 5 essential lip liners. I don't like lip liners, I don't like lip glosses, I don't like lipsticks. So for me, it was like, oh, this is pretty. I'm excited for him, but nothing is up my alley. It's all nudes. I have 100 nudes in my collection. If you guys saw my lipstick declutter, I have plenty in my collection, so I don't need any, but I think this is neat. I mean, I'm glad he's expanding and, you know, kind of adding more to what he has. He's only been in brushes before this. Now, if he came out with a matte liquid lipstick, I would be more intrigued, but I don't think I would buy it just because Wayne Goss is a little pricey. Okay, I'm just going to kind of hop around now because I'm wanting to finish this up. He is done. I've been talking long enough. This is Lawless Cosmetics' new 420 palette. I didn't want it until I saw swatches of it, and there is like a lime green and a dirty green and a like mustard green, and you guys know how I feel about those. I really want it now. Not that I need it. I love that there's just like that one intense shimmer. Everything else is matte. But the biggest drawback for me is that I heard that when they launched, it launched as a set with like the gel liners and then some pipes or something like that. I don't need any of that. I just want the palette. They might now be doing the palette separate, but I'm still not going to get it just because I feel like it's so similar to the Melt Gemini. I have these colors a lot. I don't need it. I'm not crazy about the weed theme that it has, so I'm not going to get it, but not going to lie, every time I see this palette, I want it. So I figured I would share it in here, but I'm not going to get it. You're not getting it, Katie. Ooh, I also want to touch on Devinah Cosmetics. They came out with their, what is it, Candy Cakes collection. This looks so pretty. I think I would love to get like 1 or 2 for like inner corners because they look gorgeous. Amy Loves Makeup shared on their launch day about them. They're really pretty. I think she swatched all of them on her eyes or created a look. I forget. I don't know. They're just so reflective. I'm really curious about them. I want to try more from Devinah Cosmetics. I feel like I only have like maybe 5 eyeshadows from her and that's it. I'm using one of her eyeshadows on my eyes today. It was a matte, but they're really nice. I really like them. They're so like buttery smooth and pigmented. I don't think I have any of her shimmers. Maybe I do. I forget. I know I have several of her mattes, but they're really nice formula. I always enjoy working with them. I just don't have many of them, so I don't use them often because they're just, you know, random colors. But anyway, I would love to try more of them. So let me know if there is something you would recommend from Devinah Cosmetics. And maybe if I make a purchase to try these candy cakes, maybe I'll pick up 1 or 2 and then I can try a couple more things because I do like the brand. She's always like super sweet. I always see her like liking my pictures, which is so sweet of her. And this launch is really neat as well. Yeah, I want to try more from her. Look at all those colors. Are those all from Devinah? Her mattes? Oh, I need to try more of her. I need to try more of her products. Yeah, like look at these greens. I get excited when I scroll her page. So anyway, I need to try more from her. So let me know what you love. Let me know what you like. What should I try? As I said, I think I just have a couple of her mattes and that's it. Okay, last up, let's go ahead and talk about this Sugary Cosmetics. They came out with a whole Sugary Scoop collection, I think is what it's called. It's an ice cream collection, I think called Sugary Scoops. Anyway, it has an eyeshadow palette, it has a highlighter palette, it has a blush palette, it has some liquid lipsticks, and lashes. This is super cute. Like, I was intrigued, and when I initially saw it, I was like, oh my goodness, that is such a cute collection. But looking at it more, no. The only thing that kind of honestly gave me a couple minutes pause was that little ice cream cone, just because it's more of a reasonable packaging. But like that eyeshadow palette, no. I got the burger palette, and not gonna lie, I have some regrets just because it's so large and unnecessary, and that palette looks 10 times larger and 10 times more unnecessary, so that's an easy pass for me. The blush palette, I'm not enough of a blush person, even though that's the most, yeah, I feel like the most normal looking palette in the collection. That little ice cream cone, that's cute, but I don't think I'd use it enough. Banana Split palette. It's cute. I think it's really neat. But yeah, I'm not going to use it, and then I don't use lashes enough, but I think it's a cute idea, a cute concept, but just not for me. But I figured I would share because I do think that that brand, Sugary Cosmetics, comes out with a lot of cute things, and I want to try them, but they're just they haven't released anything that's like, oh, that's the one I'm going to try. So I will keep following them, keep watching them, and see if maybe something down the road that they launch kind of piques my interest enough, or a color story grabs me enough that I want to try them. Alright, so there you have it. Those are all the recent releases that have caught my eye. Well, not all of them. There were still more, but like, we're not going to sit here and talk for like 45 minutes about them. But those are the ones I wanted to highlight and chat about, and they have caught my attention recently. Levi is starting to fall asleep, so that is a good thing. But yeah, I hope you guys yeah, you heard me say you were falling asleep and you're like, no, Mama, I'm not falling asleep. I'm staying awake. Anyway, I'm gonna get going here now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what new launches you are really interested in. I'd love to hear if I've missed something, or if I didn't talk about something. Let me know if you are excited about an upcoming launch. And I like just chatting about new makeup releases with you guys. As I said, let me know if you guys are into this or if you're kind of not really into new makeup releases. I'm trying not to buy a ton right now, but I still love to look. I still love to window shop. I've always loved window shopping. Even when I was like super young and couldn't buy any makeup, I'd still window shop and, you know, add things to pretend carts and whatnot, so I still enjoy it. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video at all, please give it a thumbs up on your way out. It helps me in the whole YouTube algorithm. Right, Levi? Do you want to come say hi since you've been bobbing in and out? No, he likes my palettes, per usual. They're so bright and colorful, aren't they? But anyway, with all that said, thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye, guys.